Alright, what is up guys, JaretCampisi. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to our torn apart Yamaha R1M. Don't forget you can be entered to win this bike, patreon.com/Campisi Customs. Always the first link in the description below. Today, we're gonna be back to work on our carbon rear subframe, full carbon rear subframe. We're also gonna be doing some carbon fiber brake lines, which we've never done before. That should be a lot of fun. We're gonna unbox those first, then we're gonna get to work putting that carbon subframe on the bike, and I think it's gonna be a good one. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video. All right, so in order to do the unboxing, you know the drill, we need big titty teens over here. Everybody's favorite gal. Don't forget she has an OnlyFans page. It's always linked in the description below. Hey, what bikini is that, by the way?
Wicked Weasel.
Wicked Weasel. Some phenomenal bikinis. She just put up a new video on her channels. If you didn't see it, wet versus dry. Wicked Weasel. The Croatian claw. We need him doing the unboxings. Hey, don't be showing any of this stuff in there. This is secret. Just pull out the one thing. So anyway, this is a full brake upgrade for the R1M. Over $3,000 worth of braking upgrades, all courtesy of Manny at Moto Million. Use code Campisi for all of your Moto Million needs. Today though, we're not gonna be talking about the whole brake system. We're just talking about the carbon fiber brake lines, which is something we've never done before. And apparently they're some of the best type of lines you can get because they can withstand such incredible pressure and heat. I think it's something crazy like 16,000 PSI or 1600, I don't know, it's something crazy. But apparently these are the best. So I'm really excited. We've never done anything like this before. Look at all of this stuff. Fittings for days, yeah. Front caliper stuff. That's banjo bolts. And then this is the parts we, oh yeah, I got hose in different area codes. And then those are, I believe, for the front.
What did you just say? I got hose in different area codes?
It's a song. I got
That's actually funny. I didn't realize what you said, so I have to repeat myself.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Different area codes. I don't. I don't have any hose.
Okay.
I'm white. I wish I did, but I don't. Anyway, that's what they look like. So it's gonna be really hard to show this. They kind of look like normal braided lines. Let me see. But it's not until you feel them, there you go, that you realize that there's something totally different and unique.
Until you feel.
Right? Doesn't it feel, yeah, it almost feels fuzzy, which is wild. So yeah, they're gonna be replacing these lines right here, which are standard, I don't even know, what are these steel lines, Dotto?
Oh, this feels so much better.
Well, this is just the case around them, right? I mean, do we know what lines these are? The stock lines?
So, actually, they're just rubber lines in the rear.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, look.
That's a massive upgrade. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was wrapped around something else.
This is just a heat.
Damn.
And then this is definitely rubber here.
Yeah, okay, so that's gonna be a pretty big upgrade
The
then.
fronts, I believe, are steel braided.
What's up, teens?
There you go.
So yeah, look at that.
3 long, 3 short.
There's all the lines. Now, we're not doing the front today. The reason why we're doing this now, and I mentioned it in the last episode, is because to do the carbon subframe, it sits over top of these lines, so it's gonna be a lot easier to do these right now, and then we put the subframe on. So, yeah, there they are. Carbon fiber brake lines. Just when you thought we couldn't add more carbon fiber, we found some more. Now we need a carbon fiber bikini for big titty teens, and then we'll be...
Ooh, carbon fiber bikini.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Who wants to see that? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you, teens. All right, so before we get started with any work, we're gonna have some smoked whiskey. So what are we doing here, Dotto?
It's been a while. I haven't smoked a whiskey in a while. So
I know, I haven't been drinking as much.
I haven't either. So I just posted this. I don't have it up on the website yet, but very soon, a couple of days here, I'll have it. So this is a front sprocket that I made into a lid.
I love those.
Now, it fits the glasses that I sell on my site. I am gonna make them so they fit really snug and maybe a little bit bigger so they fit the bigger glasses like these.
Yeah.
And then they'll be available. That's pretty cool. And then I redesigned the little cocktail smoking plank. Now this is one I just made today. They're going to be a little bit bigger. But this actually channels the air inside.
So cool.
And I'll show you guys how I smoke the glass.
Okay.
Most people are like, what? You can do that?
Yeah. So I like doing it both ways.
Yeah, it depends on what I'm, you know, depends on what I'm
trying to accomplish, or what?
Well, what type of whiskey I'm smoking, you know.
So you get it going, you put that on there.
Should smoke that glass.
Oh yeah, there it goes. Look at that.
Okay, that works way better than
the other ones.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah. And then how long could you sit that on there?
That one we can let permeate for a while.
Okay. Smoke another one. So if you guys want these, what's your web domain now that you have, Dado?
It's dadomadeshop.com.
dadomadeshop.com. It's also linked in the description below in all my YouTube videos, so you can check out his YouTube channel, his Instagram, and his shop page, and that helps support Dado, which we want to do.
And we're doing oak today.
I was going to say that smells different. Okay, I'm interested to see.
So we're going to do oak. We're going to smoke your cocktail, or do you want to smoke your glass?
Either. I don't care.
Okay.
However you want to do it. So after you leave your glass sit here and smoke it, if you're just going to smoke the glass, you can leave it for whatever amount of time you want, and then when you're done,
yeah, you can either pull it off, or you can just
let it smoke longer, or just there you go.
Which whiskey would you like?
I actually like the straight bourbon. This guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
I enjoyed that one.
So
let's polish it off. Now you just pour it in there. See, so if you don't want it as smoky, I think smoking the glass is probably a better option. And then if you want it like super smoky, then I think doing it that way is a little bit.
So this way. Yeah. I mean, I love a really smoky flavor. So. Oh, there's that guy.
That didn't last long.
We're gonna need another one of those.
Yeah, we will. They're good.
So these smokers work. I mean, I may be biased because I make them, but they work amazing. Check this out.
Look at that. Oh my God. That's insane. And then the toppers.
I want to try this, even though that's not the
see what happens.
It's not the right glass for it.
Let's see if it holds it in there. Yeah, it still works. Look at that. Dude, that looks so freaking cool.
Yeah, I need a photo of that.
Yeah. All right, after taking a million photos for Instagram, we're ready to try this thing. Look at that. So again, that's smoked with the whiskey in there, and then mine was the glass being smoked.
By the way, these double up as coasters.
Look at that.
Check that out. All right, you ready?
Let's have it. Cheers, buddy. It's been a while. And cheers to all of you guys. Thank you for watching.
Cheers. Dude, try mine.
This is not as smooth, but it's nice if you still want the bite, you know?
Oak, man. I don't know. I'm starting to like that.
That's phenomenal.
See, I told you.
Okay, I think I like it better fully smoked. All right, so unfortunately, none of this comes with instructions. So Dado just kind of went through and figured out which ones go where. So there's actually 2 more than I realized for the back. So thank God these are labeled. It says rear on there. So we knew which ones were the front. The front we're not gonna do right now. These are the rear lines. There's one long line, which is the one that replaces this one. There's one short line, which is the one that replaces this one. And there's actually 2 more in here that go to the ABS area right here. So they have banjo bolts, look at all these crush washers. Yeah, so this is a lot. It's actually more than I thought it was gonna be, but we're gonna take our time and see how it goes. All right, starting disassembly. He's gonna work from the caliper back, and obviously there's gonna be fluid that come out of here, and there's really nothing you can do about it.
Actually, you can suck it out.
Oh.
But
Teens went outside, so.
Oh, wow.
She doesn't watch our videos.
Oh, that's right, she doesn't. So her and Manny have something in common.
Oh, we're roasting everybody today.
All right, so I unhooked the rear caliper and then pulled the line out. What I was telling Jared is these 2 blocks are bolted together, and there's a bracket that bolts to the rear subframe. I want to keep everything together because we want to mock everything up with the new braided lines and put it on the same way.
Yeah, I like that.
So I'm going to undo the banjo bolt from the rear master cylinder, and then we're going to pull everything out as one unit, remake everything in the carbon Kevlar assembly, and then put it all back together with the new banjo bolts and crush washers.
All right, just like that, everything's coming out. There you go. So now you're going to use that to model the new one? Okay. And some of this stuff will probably transfer over, like these clips and shit, or what?
Yeah. Yeah, the clips will transfer over because they hold the 2 lines, and then they hold the vehicle speed sensor for the rear.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that gets clipped on as well.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. Let's set up the new ones.
So I'm gonna pull this bolt out just enough to pull the bracket, and then I'm gonna put it back in there so I know the orientation of everything. The new setup comes with all new bolts, crush washers, banjos. Yeah. So there's that one. I'm gonna take the bracket off and put that back in. So we're probably gonna use one of those bolts for the new setup.
Okay. Yeah. This is cool. Something we've never done before. People are always asking for different stuff.
Well, we haven't done on the channel. Dado has.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I meant on the channel.
So here we matched the setup that we had before.
Stock setup, yeah.
Yep, stock setup with the bracket and all that stuff. And then we're gonna feed it up through. Actually, I'm gonna
transfer some of this over.
Well, I don't know if we can because
because
this,
it's not as big as that line.
Yeah, the clip is smaller. So
this is a lot. We were trying to figure out what all of these fittings go to.
So the zip ties are gonna have to.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think what happened is I'm fairly sure that all of the banjos in the one bag were for the front and rear, but Manny sent us. It's essentially another option if if these little guys need to be bent at 90 degrees, and we got some extra banjos. So we're just gonna basically get the rear buttoned up, and then we'll later
worry
figure
about the
out
front,
for the front
when we get there.
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna put this up in place.
Yep.
Is it ready to go?
Yep. I think it sits just like this.
Yep.
And this bracket sits bolts to the subframe, and then we'll get everything else squared away. So we're gonna. Well, I decided. We're gonna run this back through this factory, and then we're gonna go down behind the swing arm onto the caliper.
Which we don't have. We can't do that. Obviously, we don't have the caliper on there yet.
Right. So.
There's a whole new piece for there that reroutes all of that stuff, or allows you to reconnect all that stuff.
I'm just gonna let this hang.
Yeah.
Like that. This is gonna sit back, and if you look, these two lines right here are gonna go into these blocks like this.
After the subframe's on.
Yep. So banjos need to be sealed. So like this one only has one outlet, so it's gonna get one fitting on there. So you put one of these guys on there, that's to seal the top. Then we put the fitting on it, and then we put this one, sandwich it on the outsides. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hand tighten everything. And the reason is we don't have this subframe on. I want to get all the lines in place and then tighten everything up.
So we have some maneuverability.
Really. These are supposed to be one-time use, so once you smash them down into place, you're not supposed
Technically, you're not supposed to move them.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it before, take them all on and off, but you run risk of it leaking, so make sure all the surfaces are clean, which we did.
There you go. So we got it in there. It looks nice. It's all blacked out. It actually fits better than I thought, and then that's kind of roughly how it'll sit.
I'd like to have it sit up here, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. If not, if we need extra line, if we have to run it down this way, we will. I'm gonna try to run it behind the swing arm here.
Make it look as nice as possible.
Exactly.
But we want it to be functional.
But I'm not gonna tighten any of these down until the subframe is on, and then also I'm not gonna zip tie any of these lines, because if we have extra slack, I'd like to make it look really nice, you know, but you know, my OCD
So what's the next step? Putting the subframe on?
So we're done with this, but we need to
shoot,
do
I
these
forgot
lines
about
up
those.
here.
Okay.
So do those next.
How was this, Dada?
All right, so this block here, especially because we have a carbon subframe, we wouldn't really be able to bolt everything up and crank on it like we just did, and the subframe covers a lot of stuff. So what I did was I put a huge screwdriver down here between these two lines, because we had to break these loose and they're very tight.
Yeah.
And then I held the block on this side, Jaret held the screwdriver. I got a long extension for this little Allen, make sure it was straight, and I yanked on as hard as I could, and we got them broke loose. But I will tell you,
that was intense.
If you're doing this yourself, these are a pain in the ass because they're super tight.
Yeah.
So got some fluid coming down. Oh, by the way, we used rags on everything so the screwdriver doesn't scratch up the frame. But yeah, we're gonna get these fittings out and then work our way in.
There you go. There's the second one getting broken loose. The banjo bolt getting removed. All the crush washers. He's gonna make sure he gets that all out of there. Look at that. That's crazy. He's gonna move that out of the way so we don't get fluid dripping all over the place.
I don't want these getting lost inside the bike anywhere, so I just tap them with a screwdriver and they come right off.
There you go. And then basically we need to unhook it from here next.
Yeah,
so
I'm a little too short, so I'll either climb up there or I'll lower the
bike down.
Yeah.
All right. This is what Dado does to keep things straight, even if it's just for a short amount of time. So he knows which one's long, which one's short, how they were organized, what things were attached to them, etc. Well, Big Titty Teens did the unboxing, laid out in the sun, and now she's leaving us to go play cornhole with the family.
You know what? When they call me, because I'm the best player, I gotta show up, you know?
Is that right? Is that right?
I'll come back and get you when the hardware's done.
Yeah, well, we'll be here. Dad will be here working, I'll be filming him. So, you got everything unattached?
Yep, so we have a harness, zip tie.
So hard to see in there.
Yeah, no.
Everything's black. Okay,
we'll get a little light going. Yeah. But there's a zip tie here holding the lines together. We're gonna put that back.
Okay. A rubber one.
There was a long bolt that went down through to bolt them together, then the bracket is bolted to the frame. So what I'm doing is I'm actually moving those just enough out of the way that I can undo both of these fittings.
Okay.
I'll take the smaller line off first. That's the one on top. And then I'm going to take the bottom one off, then put the new bottom one on, then put the new top one on.
Sounds good.
So the best thing to do is to leave this bolt in here while you crack these loose. Now there's not much room here because the airbox literally, or not the airbox, the top of the engine here, the block comes up, and there's no room to get a regular wrench in there, even if you have a tiny one. Now I could undo this completely, but I'm stubborn. So I'm going to try to undo the bottom one. I couldn't do it with a regular wrench, but I told him I have this flare wrench for brakes. It's a 90 and it's a swivel. So
damn.
I don't know if it'll work, but
I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, so what it does, Jaret, is it's mostly closed, but it's open just enough to fit over the line.
Oh.
So
That's wild.
see, I don't know if it'll work. We can give it a shot. I don't know if you can see anything at all.
Are there different sizes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's a negative. So we're gonna have to pull
work?
the top one first, unfortunately.
All right, so he moved the top one out of the way, which allowed him to get his little wrench back on there. I guess you could use either one.
Yeah, now at this point you can take the bracket off if you'd like, but now that I have it this far, I might as well just undo it. And then we'll undo the blocks, and then reverse the process with the lines, and then we'll just keep on.
Tedious, dude.
Yeah, wow. It's funny because like a lot of people ask me, hey Dotto, I got some lines to slap on my bike. How long? And I'm like, bro,
you gotta take half the bike apart to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never done lines on. Actually, that's not true. We did do brake lines on the Tuono, but I wasn't there when Brian did it, so I never actually saw it be done, and I didn't even film it either. So this is the first time we're filming changing brake lines on one of our builds, and I knew it was going to be a pain in the ass.
Wait till we have to bleed it.
Oh, great. All right, they're disconnected.
Yep.
Now we can move them out of the way.
Another damn zip tie rear.
Oh shit, I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, well, it happens. So short ones on top, remember that?
Yep.
I took a photo, remove those guys. Next line of business, we're essentially gonna have to put these lines on. The nice thing is this comes apart, and then we can do one, and then, you know, second one, then assemble it. The thing that sucks is this doesn't, it's not threaded on the very bottom, so I'm gonna have to put this tiny little nut after it's all together through this.
Wow.
So wish me luck. This is a royal pain in the ass, and the only reason I say that is because there's no easy way about doing it. I could take this bolt out and attach the bracket to both of those lines, but then this bracket is in the way anyways. So I think what I'm gonna do is put both lines in, right?
I can't see anything because you're sausage fingers.
Like that, put both lines in, run that bolt all the way down.
Oh, okay.
Run it all the way through, because I need leverage. I don't want to bend those lines, you know? So put that the whole way through.
Okay.
There's a trick that I use, which is probably gonna turn around and bite me in the ass but so what I do is I'll, like this bolt doesn't have like a little washer built into it. So I'll tape the bottom of this, and then take the wrench and hold it underneath and tighten the top. Let's see if I can do it without losing it.
There's no space.
I'm gonna lose my shit. Actually look, it's just tight enough to fit in.
Wow, and it holds it there anyway. Perfect. I'm sorry, I can't even see. I'm trying to show you guys this. This is stuff that we normally don't show.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, I just want you guys to see how tedious this is.
So now it's drawing it up.
That's perfect.
And then as soon as it grabs it, I can hopefully pull it out. Well, guess what? Somebody getting a free wrench, leave that in there.
And wait. Like, wait, baby! Alright, so he swapped it to the open end of the wrench so you can tighten it down. There you go.
It's tight.
That shit is.
Now we go in reverse order. I tighten down the bottom line. Make sure you don't cross thread that. Actually, I need to loosen that because those blocks are a little crooked. I need to straighten them out. But you want those lines, they strip out very easily. If you're a mechanic and you've done brake lines, you know how that fine thread, if you don't start it properly and you start threading it in and cross threads, you pretty much have to replace the line. So.
Oh god, these are expensive.
Well, no, it's this side here.
Oh, that's even worse.
I guess if you cross thread here, because you're also going from steel into aluminum block.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is, well, I don't really have much room for my sausage fingers, but what I like to do is I like to spin it backwards, counterclockwise, like you're loosening it until you hear a click, until those threads seat, and then spin it the other way to tighten it. Right now the line is so tight on there I can't even spin it at all. It's
if you're wondering what these lines are, these are the ones coming from the front running to the ABS unit, which he disconnected sitting over there right now. This is crazy. All right, look at that. You got everything put in.
So one thing I did not mention before that you might want to do is, do you see how these are bent? They have a little bit of an angle, so they sit flat up on top.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that these are rotated properly before you tighten those, because once these flared fittings are tightened, if these are turned, you can't, I mean, this is very rigid.
Yeah.
And it doesn't rotate at the end because they're crimped. So you got to make sure that your fittings are rotated perfectly before you
Otherwise
tighten
you have to
those.
loosen them again.
So I tighten the blocks together, I tighten the bracket, and fittings are both nice and tight. Hope we never have to take them off ever again.
I know. What's next?
Next is
the ABS?
Yeah, the ABS.
Okay.
Time to play some banjos.
Play some banjos, baby. All
Alright, so
crush washers above and below.
above and beyond.
I love above. Are you gonna probably not completely tighten these down yet?
I'm gonna keep everything loose as far as
So you
brakes
can move
go.
stuff around?
Yeah, we're gonna dry
Or just
fit.
in case, God forbid, we forgot to route something properly. Okay.
Not just that, but well, these ones are pretty easy. If you see these little posts here, your banjo always goes to the side where if you tighten this, the banjo pushes against this,
Oh,
and
so
it's
you don't
supposed
bend
to
it.
sit like that, yeah. Or so the banjo doesn't turn on you.
Oh,
like,
okay.
So the lines are always nice and straight.
Nice.
So remember, washer on top, washer on the bottom. Make sure these are cleaned. I already cleaned them with a towel. And then thread these in.
Same thing.
Yeah, just
And tighten them.
yeah, you just got to be very careful because these are very lightweight.
Lightweight, baby! Okay.
And then we're gonna leave them somewhat loose. I would
Yeah.
like to, look how nice that looks.
Yeah, it does look really
And we do
nice.
have bottom lines as
Dope.
well. I'm a little weary about doing anything with those because the blocks are, they flop around a lot and I don't have a lot of leverage. So these other two on the bottom that go to the rears,
yeah.
I think I might try to do those, even if I have to take the rear.
You mean when the subframe's on?
Yeah, I might
Okay.
take the reservoir off to do those,
Yeah, that's fine.
just to be
We're
sure.
gonna replace the reservoir anyway.
So, got to make sure everything looks nice and straight. I think we might have to bend this just a little bit back. And then the subframe. You want to slap the subframe on and just look?
Hell yeah. All right, moment of truth. We got our subframe with the subframe lower panel in carbon. And this gets to slide on in here. And this is gonna be a bitch to get those lines to slide in under there like that. That's why we didn't attach the other lines that go to the rear brake caliper yet. Because you wouldn't be able to do this. And I wish, do you need a hand?
I may need a hand.
All right, so there you go. Subframe's in place. Hopefully we won't have to pull this back off again, but I think he's got everything routed right. And that's the reason why we didn't attach those lines in there, because the ABS lines had to go up underneath. See that? Like that. Where do you want this? Hold on, it's stuck on the freaking, oh my God, just inside.
Yeah, just lay it.
Look at this shit, dude.
I hope you have somebody that can put all this shit back together.
Yeah, I got a guy. Don't worry, I got a guy. He's a crazy whiskey drinker.
I'm
and
gonna need you to feed him.
he gets hammered on whiskey and just puts shit together. It's amazing.
Look at that.
Look at that. What do we think?
Dang.
Finally. Holy shit, dude. It still looks like quite a bit of work we got.
Look at that freaking subframe, dude.
I've never seen this on a bike before, on
It's
an R1M.
Pretty insane.
Street, especially a street version. Look at that. I'm so happy we got this piece in carbon. Thank you, Manny, so much for that.
Both pieces.
Hey, and if you guys want to help support these projects, we would massively appreciate it. That's how we fund these projects, and that's how we give them away when they're done. So patreon.com/Campisi Customs, and somebody's going to be getting one of the most badass street legal R1Ms, I would say, in the whole world. I can't wait. All right, let's keep going. All right, we're putting the top bolts in for the subframe, and we did have to push the subframe, bend it a little bit.
Yeah, you got to think that moves. It's very nimble side
Especially
to
as it
side.
sits off of something
Yeah,
for
heat
so long.
and cold and sausage juice. So,
But dude, look at that. Next to each other. Holy shit.
I think we call it a day here,
Yeah.
and then we continue with the brakes because this is going to be a whole nother nightmare here.
Yeah.
So this has to sit like this,
Uh-huh.
and it gets bolted to right here, and then these lines go into there. on the outside like that.
Yeah.
Oops, like this. Right there.
And then I say we stop here and then we do all the reassembly in the next video.
All the electrical stuff,
Does that
wherever
sound
you're
good?
having to do that, make sure you can.
Just a couple plugs, dude. It's no big deal. But I think that was the last like inside stuff we had to do. So now we can start reassembling everything, and then we have a couple more parts coming from Moto Million, like rear sets and some handlebar stuff. But the bike can be together for that, right?
Yeah, I'm excited because once the subframe is tight and these brake lines are tightened down, it's literally bolting everything to the subframe, battery and all that stuff, running the lines, zip tying everything.
Right. I have the battery coming as well.
Zip tying everything nice and neat. By then, I hope the battery's here so we can just...
I think it probably will be. So
Fuel tank.
then we'll be able to keep rocking and rolling.
Oh,
So yeah.
I just have nightmares. Remember the Ducatis? They have that stupid fuel line that runs between the frame and the engine and all that.
That's scraped. Yeah. And then they put, what was it, like Tessa tape around it or some shit.
You're like, yeah, it rubs here, so just tape it.
So I think that's it. That's where we're gonna stop for the day. We got all the carbon brake lines run for the back of the bike, well, and the front part of the ABS. And then we got the subframe back on there, like momentarily, but it's pretty close. But I think that's where we're gonna stop for now. It's tedious work. That took a lot longer than I thought it would, because there were 2 extra lines I didn't know we were even gonna have to do. So I think that's it for now. Dado, thanks for your hard work.
Yeah.
That's, we're gonna be getting into it in the next episode. Manny, thank you for sending out all the parts. Motomillion.com if you guys want parts for your R1M. It's just so funny to see it just completely torn apart. Or any of the other super bikes. Thank you, Big Titty Teens. She's gone at home playing cornhole. And thank you guys for watching. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next one.